have already registered for the latihan. Some of you want to do qualitative study and then quantitative study, like you do 2 tasks. Yeah. So if you want it to be, it's not to say easier. Yeah. Maybe you can save more of your time. So you just need to collect the data one time only. Yeah, you collect the data, and then after that, because you need to produce 2 paper. Yeah? So the first one, maybe you can do psychometric study. You test, because this is the procedure, is a must procedure, and you have to do before you can analyze your data. So the first paper, maybe you can do psychometric, and then the second paper is a correlational study. Yeah. So but that is only my suggestion. You can do also like what you have suggest, qualitative and quantitative. So qualitative mean you have to go to collect the data, you have to go interview, maybe you have to the interview or other ways, yeah, to get the qualitative data. Then after you done the qualitative, then you proceed with the quantitative. That one also okay, but maybe it's tech. You have to do 2 things. Yeah. All right. So as I said, the format, the guideline is not the format. The guideline, as I show you before. But today I will present to you and not another one. Actually, it's almost the same, and the content is almost the same for what I have present to you before. Yeah. Let me show you. Yeah. So this is the. Can you see my slide? Yeah, you have to answer me, because when I present my slide, I cannot see your response. If you just let me show you this one. This is in this is in PowerPoint. Can see the PowerPoint, the slideshow? Yes. Yes. So this is the topics as what I present before. The content that you should have in your, either in your article or in your thesis later on. Yeah, if let's say you want, because for academic writing right now, if you compare to your senior before, your senior have to produce what we call the report for the latihan ilmiah. It's almost the same like thesis. It's like mini thesis. Yeah. So but now the requirement for those register for the latihan ilmiah, you only need to produce 2 articles. Yeah, 2 articles. Then the content for the articles and the content for the latihan ilmiah actually is, the content is the same. Yeah, the title, but only for the latihan ilmiah or thesis later on, the content you have to, like for this one, the topics, yeah, the title, the abstract, then all these things, you have to put it in more detail. Yeah, they have maybe under introduction, they have few subtitle, right? So, but for the article, introduction part, yeah, you only have introduction, then you no need to put the the subtitle under introduction. Yeah. So for the article, okay, we come back for the article. So for today, I only focus on article. Yeah. You should have your title, your abstract, the introduction, literature review, methods, result, discussion, and conclusion. Okay, so these are the title, or later on when I present, they have the subtitle under each that one. So these are the title that you should have in your article, right? So for the title page, that day when I present the guideline, I just said should have your title and your title related to the psychometric study. This is more detailed in your title. Yeah? Title actually is summarize your main idea. This is I have already told you before. Summarize your main idea. So for the title, if you do correlational study, so your title can reflects your main idea. Means if you want to study about the relationship between stress and well-being, so in your title you should have stress and well-being. Yeah? And for your title, it should um, can to show the relationship between these two variables. Yeah, so if you should have identified the actual variables, and also the investigation and the relationship between the independent and dependence variable. So if you study about the relationship, so in your title should contain your independent and also dependent variable, like this example. Yeah, the interactive effect of consciousness, yeah, consciousness and agreeableness on job performance. So from this title, you can see which one is your independent and dependence variable. The first example. Respond. Are you with me? Yeah. For this example, which one is a independence and dependence variable? This one.
Prof.
Yes.
The independent variable is conscientiousness and agreeableness.
Yeah.
While
So
the
this
dependent is job performance.
So this is the independence, right? And this one is dependence variable. And so from the title, you can see when people read your title, they already know your idea. You want to study about the relationship between consciousness, agreeableness on job performance. This is what I mean, yeah? So summarize your main idea and show the relationship between the variable that you want to study, right? Make sure that your title is not suspended sentence, yeah? Means it's in full sentence. You can see the relationship and it can explain your main idea. And the second example also the same. Emotional competence, personality, job attitudes as predictor of job performance. So from here you also can see these are your emotional competence, personality, and job attitude is the independence variable. Yeah, and job performance is the dependence variable. Okay, so from the title you can see the main idea and also the relationship between the independence and dependence variable, or the variable that you want to study. Okay, so the title should be fully explanatory. Means from the title it's already can explain what you want to study. Yeah, and also another things that important is, okay, see, not avoid word that serve no useful purpose. You need to avoid, because for the title, for the article, yeah, if you refer to APA format, the title actually, the words, yeah, the wording not more than 10. Actually, if according to APA format, not more than 10, or not more than, maybe not more than 12, like, yeah, 12 or 15. So not too long. So if there is a limit word, then avoid the words that no meaning. Yeah, the meaningless word. Avoid words that serve no useful purpose. Means if you put or you not put that words are also no effect on your title. You see the important things, your main idea, and then show the relationship. And from the title, it can explain your full idea, yeah, or fully explanatory. That's all. What I mean by the no useful purpose word, yeah, this is an example. Is there a relationship between personality types and preferred conflict handling style? An exploratory study of registered nurses in Sabah. Okay, so in these words, you see how many, can you count how many words here? I think it's more than berapa perkataan? 33. Is it 33? Okay, so too long. So the words that is no useful purpose means the word is like useless word lah, yeah? Or the words that you can avoid from this, like an exploratory study of, you can just delete this, yeah, because it's no, you have done the study, yeah, you do the study, you no need to tell again, you do a study, yeah, or so you just can maybe just is there also you can avoid, yeah. Some of the examiner for the thesis, yeah, for the article should be okay. For me, I can accept, but for some of the examiner, they're not accept the title with question mark. Yeah, like this one with the question mark, right? Is there a relationship between personality types and preferred conflict handling style? Question mark there. So that for this one, some of the examiner did not accept the question mark, the questions in the title. So what you can do, maybe a relationship between personality types and conflict handling style. That's all. Yeah. If you want to put registered nurses in Sabah, means your sample is very important. Sample is important in your study. So if the sample is important in the study, so in your introduction section later on, you have to mention, you have to relate the title that you want to study with your sample. Okay, so maybe if you said registered nurses is important in this case, so you can put a relationship between personality type and preferred conflict handling style among registered nurses. Excuse me. Yeah, among in Sabah. So you can avoid all this. You can do like this, yeah. So if your title is like this, okay, if your title is like this, means in your introduction sections later on, you have to talk about personality and your conflict, yeah, conflict handling style. And also you have to talk about registered nurses in Sabah. Okay, because if you put means that is important, and then you have to talk about it in your title, in your introduction later on. Okay. So for this one, avoid the words that serve no useful purpose. You see the redundancy, the study, yeah? So you can avoid the study, either a study or experimental or an investigation, all the words, all that words you can avoid. And also another things like if you attend the tutorial yesterday, I have already this is also I have already mentioned in the tutorial. You have to avoid using abbreviation in a title, in your title. So you should have spelling out all the terms. Example. This is the example. Okay. And you said among the student in UMS, you cannot use UMS. You understand what is UMS. But if you type, if your article published in international journal, yeah, the outsider, the people from overseas, yeah, they not understand what is UMS. So you have to spell it out. Okay, spell it out. You cannot use abbreviations in your title. Understand? Right? Then after that, okay, this is the abstract. Abstract I have already told you before, kan? In the abstract, what should you have in the abstract? You should have your introduction section. You should have your objective, yeah, and then method. Method like the participant, how many of your participant. So this is what should you have, yeah. The number of your participant, the types, okay, age, sex, and other study background maybe, yeah, that you can put in. And also you have to mention also the measure used, means the instrument that you use, and then the method of analysis, the methods of analysis that you use, yeah, in your study. Method of analysis, maybe you said in this study you employed t-tests or regressions, yeah, to analyze the predictions of this variable to that variable. Yeah, so this is called methods of analysis. Okay, and then the findings. Yeah, findings summarize of your result. Then the conclusion. Okay, conclusions and implications. So for this one, you can put in either 1 or 2 sentences is already enough. So this is what you should put in your abstract. Then after that, okay, this is the example. Okay, from this example, relationship, quality and tendency of violence, yeah, against spouse or partner during the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is the title, and from this title, you also can identify the variable. One is quality, and then the other one is the tendency of violence. Yeah, tendency of the violence. And then this study, the sample is spouse or partner. Yeah, and the context is during COVID pandemic. So why we need to put this one? Because it's important, and this study is done during this period, yeah, or the pandemic situations, right? So from the abstract, the first, the one that I highlight in yellow, so this is introduction, yeah, introduction section. Then after that, from here to here, this is the objective, yeah. The objective is to examine the factor predictions, yeah, predicting relationship between the quality and also the tendency towards spouse violence, yeah. So the independence variable and also the dependence variable. Okay, and then the one that color in blue, so this is the paragraph for methods. So for method, you can see this is the research design, all right, research design, and then the questionnaire, the measurement used, yeah, in this study. Okay, and then after that, the participant, see, not the participant, and also and then after that, highlight in gray. So this is the result, summary of the result, yeah, part. So this is in the gray. So the result of the multiple linear regressions analysis. So from here is already you in this study they use multiple linear regressions analysis, yeah, and then after that here are the result. Okay, then after that the last sentence, this is the conclusions and also implications sentence, right, sentences. So this is the example of the abstract. Then after that, okay, this is another format, yeah, for the abstract. Some of the journal, this is the format. Yeah, they use this format. They already told you in your article you should have background. In the abstract you should have background, you should have methods, and you should have result and conclusion. Some of the article or some of the journal they use this format, right? So if you want to send your article to that journal, then you have to follow their format. Okay, so I'm not go detail about this, and so this is another example. Okay, another example. Even it's only one paragraph like that, but you still can see all these informations, yeah, background, methods, result, conclusion in this the paragraph, in this paragraph, right? So means that is the content that you should have in your abstract. Okay, after abstract, then your introduction section. Okay, this is the chapter introduction. This format is for thesis. Yeah, it's not for article. In the article, you no need to have all these subtitle. You only have introduction. Okay, introduction is your main title, but in the content, yeah, in the content under introduction section, you should have all this. Talk about background of your study, talk about problem segment, your research question, maybe research questions you no need, but research objective you should have. Significance of study also no need. Normally for article if you want to put significance of the study also can, but 1 or 2 sentences is enough. Definitions of variable no need. Chapter summary also no need. Yeah, so you should have all this background, problem statement, research objective, significance of study, 1 or 2 sentences. Okay, for introduction section, yeah, or introduction part. How to write introductions? You introduce the problem. Normally, we in the introduction, our focus is on our dependence variable. Yeah, so that is your focus. Let's say you want to study about like the first example, kan? The example here, from the title here. You want to study about the conscientiousness, the effect, yeah, the effect of conscientiousness and agreeableness. This is personality type, right? On job performance. So when you write about your introduction section, your focus is on job performance. Yeah, on job performance, then you can talk about job performance. Why you want to study job performance? Then you start to introduce job performance. You said you study job performance because job performance in the current situations. Yeah, what is the current situations? And then you can put statistic. Remember. Then after that, after you talk about the job performance, then you can introduce also your independence variable and relate it to job performance. Yeah, so that is your in the introduction sections. Yeah, so introduce the problem. What's the problem? The job performance problem. Okay, so you need to talk about why it is important to study, like the example job performance. Why is so important to study about job performance? And then what is the relations of the study to the previous study, and how do the objective and the hypothesis, yeah, if you have a hypothesis, then of course you have the hypothesis, right? And of course you have the objective. So how do you relate your objective with problem? Yeah, objective. The objective, you want to study the personality types and job performance. So how do you relate these personality types and the job performance? So you have to describe it, or you have to explain it in under introduction sections also. And if of course we refer to the theory, right? So how theory said about this job performance and how you relate it with the personality. Yeah, so you have to also mention in introduction section, right? The introduction sections, yeah, typically normally begin with a short summary of the research to be discussed, means the focus to be discussed, and you describe why the research is important, why research about job performance is important if you study about job performance, yeah. And focus on what's specifically that you intend to examine. The specifically that you intend to examine is, just now it formed the example, personality types. Yeah, personality types that the consciousness dimension and also agreeableness dimension. Yeah, then you can relate the job performance and with these two personality types. Yeah, then after that, I'm not go detail about this. Another things that, okay, this is the, maybe you can I think for most of you, maybe you as I said also yesterday in the tutorial, is very important. The idea, when you present your idea should be presented in organized way. Yeah, organize it well so that your presentations will be interesting to others, right? So how to present your idea? Maybe you can follow this format: the ideal, the reality, and the consequences. Yeah, the ideal mean the ideal situations. So you can begin with ideal in your research background. Yeah, research background. You remember just now in the introduction section, you should have the research background. You should have your problem segment. Yeah, so in the problem segment, you can present the reality. So what is the ideal? What is the reality? I will show you later on. And then after that, the consequences. The consequences, then this is you talk about the research questions and research objective. Yeah, maybe you can follow this format so that your idea will present it in well organized way. Yeah, or so that your idea will, the flow of your idea is smooth. Yeah. So what is ideal? Ideal part is you describe the goal or the ideal situations. Yeah, explain how things should be. Example, like just now, yeah, to study about job performance. So you can talk about the job performance. If job performance, if all the employee have good, I mean, job performance, then it can increase the organization's productivity. So that is the ideal way, yeah, the ideal situations. But then after that, the reality. The reality means you describe, yeah, the conditions that prevent the goal. What goal? The ideal goal, yeah, or the state or the value in part one from being achieved, means the hindrance or the conditions that prevent you to achieve this goal. The goal just now, with good job performance and increase productivity, right? But the real situations is not like that. Yeah, maybe you said because of the uh, the employee, the way they do the task, and because of their personality, yeah, some of them they have different personality. Then some they have with the job performance is influenced by their personality. Some with in the employee that they can perform well, but some they cannot perform. Why? Yeah. Then you relate it with the situations. Maybe you said maybe this is because of they have different personality. So this is the way, this is the conditions, yeah, prevent the goal to achieve, right? Then after that, the consequences. Consequences is to identify the way you propose to improve the current situations and move it close to the goal. Means this is the, that's why you said because of this problem, right? Then you suggest, or the purpose of your study, you want to study this to, so that you can achieve the ideal situations, right? So you can follow this sequence, you can follow this format. I give you the example for you to see more clearly, eh? So like part one, the ideal. This is to describe the goal again. This is the example. According to this university, the mission statement, the university seek to provide students with a safe, healthy learning environment. Yeah, hostel are one of the important aspect of the learning environment, since 50% of the students live in campus hostel, and most of these students spend a significant amounts of time working in their hostel room. So the ideal situations is the university, they want to provide the student with a safe, healthy learning environment. Yeah, so this is the ideal situations. But the reality, okay, so you said, means you introduce first, then the reality. The student living in hostel ABCD currently do not have air conditioning units, and during the hot season it is common for the room temperature increase or exceed 32 degrees Celsius. So many students reported that they are unable to do homework in their hostel room. So this is the situations, right, that prevent you to achieve this, achieve a safety, healthy environment, right? So this is the reality. And from that, you said the room are not only unhealthy, but they inhibit student productivity and academic achievement. So this is the situation. This is the reality. This is the real situations. Yeah, and these situations, this is the problem, right? So this is your problem statement, and this problem statement or the problem that prevent you to achieve the ideal situations. So from that, then you suggest you go to another part. Yeah. So this part is your objective of your study or your research questions, yeah, or research objective. So in response to this problem, my study purpose is to investigate several options for marking and so on and so forth. So this is your objective. Okay, so you can follow this format so that you can present your ideal in more smooth flow, yeah, or in more well organized. Okay, then after that, chapter 2, the literature review. I said the literature review, you can have the format is almost the same, like you write the abstract. And if for the thesis, you also in the literature review, because you refer to the theory, right, for your latihan ilmiah. So for the literature review, maybe you can start with the theory that you refer. Okay, study theory that you refer, but remember, if you put study the theory, you have to relate it with your study. Okay, then after that, review of the previous study. Review of the previous study, you can, for this one, you can follow the abstract format, and you can follow the guideline that I give to you. Okay, how to write the literature review, the review of the previous study. So for the literature review section, talk about the theory that you refer first and relate that theory to your study. Okay, and also then only after that you talk about the previous study, yeah, the literature review, your review about the previous study. And review of the previous study, you can follow the format that I give to you, the guideline that I give to you. Okay, so this is the guideline also, but I'm not go detail one by one. Then after that, the methodology section. Okay, methodology section, you have to have the research design, research sampling, means your this is the thesis format. You no need to follow all this detail. So for this section, you can follow the guideline that I give to you. Okay, you have the research design, right? And then after that, your participant, either participant, respondent, then research instrument. Okay, research instrument. For the article, you no need to talk about your pilot study. Okay, then after that, data analysis. Okay, data analysis. Then that's all for the method section. So for method section, this is the most straightforward section. Yeah, it's very easy to write because you no need to refer before. Like you do, if you write about introduction sections, you have to go and refer others' study, refer others' opinion, and you have to cite other research or findings. For method section, it's very straightforward. You just mention the research design that you use, the participant who involved in your study, yeah, and then also the instrument that you use. The instrument that you use, you follow the format that I give to you. The guideline that I give to you, you write or you present your instrument. If you according to that from the guideline I give to you, I tell you it's clear enough. Yeah, it's clear enough and it's sufficient enough, the informations that you provide. Then I'm not go detail. This is not the research design. Report the types of design that you use in your study, and you have to mention also your independence and dependence variable. So for the research design, if you use questionnaire, yeah, if you use you collect the data, if you do quantitative study, you use quantitative approach. You can use either the survey methods, yeah, survey design. You can use, maybe you do experimental, yeah, you use experimental design. Then if you use experimental design, then you have to in the research design, you said you use experimental design. It's a quantitative approach, but you use experimental design. Okay, so then after that you have to talk about your independence and dependence variable also. You said in this study, the independence variable are this variable, yeah, and then what are your what is your dependence variable? So in the study, normally we have few independence variable and the focus only one, means the dependence variable is only one, kan? Then after that, the participants or respondent. You can use either participant or respondent. Yeah? If you use survey, normally we use respondent. So report how many participants were involved in your study and how they were recruited. Either you use random sampling, cluster sampling, quota sampling, and many other types of sampling. But before you put all these, you have to understand what is random sampling, what is cluster sampling, what is convenient sampling, yeah, or snowball sampling. So you have to, you cannot simply put, yeah, like yesterday they have one group, they are simply put the stratified sampling. So if you not use that one, you cannot simply put. Okay, so how do you decide on the sample size and also what method that you use? Yeah, so that is in participants. For the participant, report major demographic. For the participant, report major demographic characteristic, like in the background, you can report their sex, their gender, their age, ethnicity, or wherever that possible, yeah, an appropriate characteristic like their socioeconomic status and so on and so forth, and etc. Yeah? So when a particular demographic characteristic is important in your study, yeah, important for the interpretations of your result, and then you have to put in your article, all right? Then after that, this is the measurement section. This is you can refer to my guideline, yeah, how to report this measurement, the instrument section, and then data analysis. Describe the statistic or data analytic treatment that you use. Data analytic treatments means if you use experimental study, so you have to mention, yeah, and what software that you use. If you use SPSS, then mention SPSS, and then what methods that you use for analysis, yeah. Let's say you said you use t-test, then you have to explain. Yeah? You don't just say you use t-test. I said let's say you use t-test in your study. You said t-test was used to analyze the difference between the male and female in job performance, maybe, yeah, if your study is about that, if your purpose, one of the purpose of study. And then you said ANOVA is employed to analyze the difference between the three groups, the three ethnic group, yeah, Malay, Chinese, India, in job performance, let's say. So that is, you not only mentions the analysis, methods of analysis, but you also mention this method of analysis. What is the purpose that you use that? Yeah. So this is in data analysis, that what you should have in data analysis. Then result section. Result sections, you discuss your result, follow the sequence, yeah, or the flow, yeah. You follow your objective. And normally the objective, we will begin with the simple objective, yeah, the simple, and then you go to more complicated objective. What I mean by simple objective, the simple one, the first one, maybe you just want to identify the performance level, let's say, yeah, or the performance level of your participant. So performance level, good performance, moderate performance, and the poor performance. Yeah, so this is the simple one. And then the second one, maybe you want to identify, you want to test, you want to study about, you want to examine the difference between male and female worker in their job performance. So this is another. And then the third one, maybe you want to study about the beside male and female, you also want to study the third one, you want to study about the those from the urban and rural area, yeah, participant, how about their job performance. Then the following objective, maybe you want to see whether they have interaction between the gender and the locations, yeah, where they come from. So you want to see whether they have the interaction between male and female, and those come from urban and rural area, whether these two variables, they interact when you study about the job performance. Yeah, so you can see from the simple to the more complicated objective. So when you report in the result, also you follow that sequence. Yeah, from the simple, from your first objective to your last objective, follow that, so that you can see the flow, yeah, and also the organizations of your result. Then after that, discussions. As I said, in the discussion, your summary of your result, okay, summary of your result, and then you give your justifications, you give your reason, you compare with other study, yeah, compare with other study whether your result is similar or different, yeah, between your result and other work, yeah, work of others, when you study about that area, yeah? So then after that, conclusion. So in your conclusion, summary of the result, okay, summary of your study, and then the limitations, the implications, and also suggestions for future study. So all this normally we put in conclusion section, yeah, in your article. All right. So I think that is overall about the content for the article, yeah. And I want to show you the example. We have two, for your informations, we have two journal in our, maybe you consider to publish your article on here. You have two article, right? You can consider to publish it in our two journal in our faculty. If your journal, maybe also you can, if your article, if your study is good enough, maybe you can consider to publish it in Scopus or WOS journal or ERA journal. Yeah, but if you publish in Scopus or ERA journal, normally they have a processing fee and it's quite expensive. But you can discuss with your supervisor. If good enough, then maybe we can apply, yeah. You can apply, I mean your supervisor can apply for you to get the sponsor for the publications, fee. But you have to make sure your journal or your article is good enough in the quality, yeah, to publish in all that kind of journal. And we have two journal, okay. Um, we have, you see this example, yeah. This is article that we publish in one of our faculty journal, Southeast Asia Psychology Journal. So this is our faculty journal, and this journal is indexed in my site, my journal. Okay, it's my journal. Okay, so index in my honor. All this. So this is the format. If you want to publish in this journal, then you have to get their format. Then you have to follow their format also. Yeah, you can see from here the title put in the center, and all capital letter, and followed by the authors, and also the affiliation. This is what I mean by the affiliation. Yeah, affiliations, and then corresponding. Corresponding normally, if you want to publish, you are still a student, right? Normally you publish with your supervisor or with your lecturer. And if you are the one write this article, your name should be the first one. Okay, your name should be the first one. You see, this article is from my student. So my student are the first author. Okay, main author. And we are the, here, these two are the supervisor. Main supervisor, second supervisor. Okay, your supervisor name is your supervisor either as a co-author or corresponding author. Okay, normally corresponding are your supervisor, right? First author is you, corresponding your supervisor or your lecturer, right? So this is the format. And yeah, this is from the journal also. And for this journal, this is the format. You see, abstract, and then some of the journal, the abstract is in the middle, in the center. You put in the center. But for this one, is like this. So you have to follow the format. Then after that, the keywords. Okay. Then you followed by the introduction. The introduction section, as I said, introduction, they have no subtitle here. But the content all that subtitle that I told you. The background, here are the background. Okay. Here are the problem statement, and also the last paragraph normally is your objective of your study. Okay, then after that you see the literature review. Okay, literature review section. So in the literature review, you can start with the theory that you refer. Okay, the theory that you refer, and relate that theory with your study. Then followed by review of previous study. This is review of for the previous study. Then after that, methodology or methods. Yeah, respondent. Who is your respondent? So this is the respondent. The student. Yeah, student. How many of the student, and the student come from where? This is the student, and the demographic of your sample. See, the demographic, male and female, how many of them, and then in terms of cost measure or the distribution of cost measure, right? Because measure in which cost is important in this study, so report this. And also the grade, yeah, grade, because study about the student. Grade also important, and also number of children. Yeah, they put it here. So this is when you talk about your respondent. you should have all this, yeah. Who are your respondents, how many of them, and where do you select these participants or the respondent or sample, and then a little bit background of the demographic background of your sample, yeah, or of your respondent. Then after that, you can present also the demographic profile of your respondent in table. Okay, but for some of the article, yeah, especially the article that if you want to send to Scopus Journal, let's say, so the fee, yeah, they charge according to the pages. The more pages that you have, then you have to pay more, yeah. So for the article, if you want to save the space or save the page, yeah, then this table maybe you can avoid. But for the payment that they not count according to the pages, then you can put in table to summarize your result in the table. Yeah. Then after that, this is about the instrument. Yeah, this is about the instrument, and then data analysis. Okay. So in the data analysis, you see, using SPSS program, and then beside SPSS program also use process. Yeah, in the process, using this, it can study about the main effect and the indirect effect, yeah, of this study. So, and then after that, the result. So result present according to the objective. Yeah, you can present it accordingly to your the objective. Then after that, discussion section. Yeah, discussion. Then after discussion, see the discussion. Then conclusion. Yeah, conclusion. For this journal, you have to put also the informed consent statement, conflict of interest, if any, ethics statement. If you some of the, especially if you do thesis, yeah, master level or PhD level, they need ethic clearance. Yeah, ethic clearance before you can conduct your study, because before you can go and collect your study, I mean the data, you need to apply for ethic clearance. Yeah, so if you have ethic clearance reference, then you have to put it here. Yeah, if no, then this is only the undergrad study, and they have no ethic clearance, so no need to put that. Yeah, then the author contributions and acknowledgement. Yeah, then your reference. So this is the format of the reference. Yeah, this is using APA format. But for some of the article, some of the journal, they have not follow APA format. So you should have followed that journal format, yeah, for reference. Yeah, reference writing. So this is for Southeast Asia journal, psychology journal. Another article, let me see. Another article for our journal is this one, yeah. Journal Psychology dan Kesehatan Sosial, JPSIKS. So this is another journal for our faculty. Yeah. So this is another format. The title, the author, affiliation, okay, and then corresponding author, abstract. You see, in 2 columns. So this is the style for this journal. Okay, journal psychology and social health journal. Yeah, put in 2 columns. So you have to follow the format. And also the method section. Yeah, method section, the content are the same. You see the content, the instrument, and then data analysis. Okay, result section, table, present the table according to the APA format. and then discussion section. Yeah, discussion and the conclusion. Yeah. So in the conclusion, as I said just now, the limitations, the implications, and also suggestions for future study. Then the references. Yeah. Okay, so now it's already 10 o'clock. I think I will end here. Any questions before we end? If you have any, I will stop sharing.
Prof.
Yeah.
So for regarding the format, right?
Mhm.
So for us is using APA unless we are going to publish somewhere else, then we need to follow the format of
Yeah,
that
correct.
journal.
Yeah.
Okay,
For the meantime, you use APA format first.
thank you.
Lagi yang lain? Any questions? Any of my student here yang under my supervision? Siapa under my supervision?
It's me, Prof. Syadatul.
Saidatul. Saidatul,
Yeah.
you can come anytime to the earlier the better lah. You can come and to discuss with me. Kan?
Okay.
About
I will prepare the proposal first.
What is that?
I would like to prepare the proposal first.
I think you better come and discuss first. Your idea. See whether you can the idea is can be done, can be studied or not. Yeah, before you ready your proposal. After that, if not agreed, then you have to redo kan? Yeah, Saidatul, come and discuss first. Okay. Any other questions? If not, then thank you. If you have any questions later on, you can discuss with your own supervisor, right? Okay. Thank you and selamat malam.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Good luck for your
Thank you, Doctor.
latihan ilmiah.